Are you just starting out with your Bounty Hunter Metal Detector and wondering what you might be missing? Yeah, I've been there too. And in today's video, I'm going to tell you 5 things I wish I knew when I first started metal detecting.
Metal detecting tutorials, technology, and treasure.
Tip number 1, go where the people were. Listen, you can have the best metal detector in the world and still come up empty-handed if you're not where people were. Now think about it. Old parks. Instead of going out into the middle of the grass where nobody is, why don't you look for where people could have been? Those are benches. Those are shade trees. You might want to follow pathways, footpaths. How about old houses? Again, not out in the middle of the yard. Where were people? Where did they congregate? Well, they were always coming up the driveway. They parked the car in the driveway. Got out of the car. Things may have fallen out. How about the sidewalk area? Check that sidewalk area. Not only the people that lived in the house, but everybody else that passed the front of that house went along that sidewalk. Another great place is the pathway up to the front door. Again, a lot of people use that. Check that. The clothesline. Think about it. Mom's hanging up the clothes, coins, stuff like that. Jewelry is falling out of the clothes, and it's all underneath that clothesline. The key here is to find foot traffic. Wherever people were and where the most amount of people were is where you want to put yourself. Tip number 2, don't get so obsessed with that perfect signal and that perfect target ID. You know, in the past, I used to be this way. I skipped a ton of targets that I probably should have dug. I mean, really, all of those perfect signals, those easy signals, they've been dug years ago. So you're having to look for those signals that aren't so perfect, that somebody may have said, I don't know, that doesn't sound perfect. I'm just going to skip it. You know, beginner's luck is called beginner's luck because beginners dig everything. They dig things that over the years, in your experience, you've decided, I'm not going to dig that because it's not perfect. Well, the beginner's going to dig it. They don't know any better. So guess what? They're finding great things. Get some of that beginner's luck back in your strategy and find more treasure. Tip number 3, go to where it's not easy to go to. Hey, people are inherently lazy. I know that sounds harsh, but it's true. Go to where people don't necessarily want to go detect because it's too much work. This could be as simple as under a bush or in the bushes at the park. Maybe there's a steep embankment. Maybe there's a tree that has a bunch of roots and people just get too tired of chasing signals because it's hard to dig around those roots. You'll be surprised what's still out there in areas where people just don't want to bother going. Tip number 4, don't crank that sensitivity up too high. You know, this is a case of more power isn't always better. You could be in an area that has a lot of electrical magnetic interference. And if you're running high sensitivity, you're going to get a lot of falsing. It's kind of like when you're driving a car and you're in the fog and you turn your high beams on. Guess what? You can't see. But when you drop your high beams down a little bit, you can see. It's the same way in high density areas with EMI or ground mineralization. Drop that sensitivity down a little bit and you'll be able to see into the ground a lot clearer and it'll be a lot less frustrating. Tip number 5, you don't need the most expensive metal detector. You don't need the newest, greatest, latest detector out there. I'm going to be real honest here. Skill beats gear every single time. If you're constantly switching detectors, guess what? You're resetting your learning curve every single time. Meanwhile, this guy with $100 bounty hunter who's been using it for years and knows it intimately is scooping up all the stuff that you're missing because you don't know your metal detector too well. So there you have it. 5 things I wish I knew when I first started metal detecting. Hey, if you're rocking a Bounty Hunter metal detector, tell me which metal detector you're using down in the comments below. If you're not, and you're just starting, just beginning to metal detect, tell me what you've learned from this video. Also, tell me what you're still wondering about. That's it for now. Thanks for joining me. We'll talk to you later. Bye.
Metal detecting tutorials, technology, and treasure.